Hi, everybody. I'm Justine Froelker, and I help people and leaders have the conversations that they have been avoiding so that the people that they love and lead stop paying the costs. When I asked a bunch of people who are in leadership or just in community too, what's one of the biggest things that they are struggling with, almost always, and this happens in all my workshops and keynotes and things like that, almost always, I need help having hard conversations. And we avoid hard conversations because we tell ourselves that we don't want to make the other person uncomfortable or we don't want to hurt them. And it's frankly a lie. Like we are creatures of least resistance. We avoid hard conversations because we don't know how to navigate our own discomfort. We don't know how to move through the emotions that we're having. We haven't learned how to use curious language. We haven't learned how to, or we've forgotten how to turn toward one another because frankly, we're no longer turning toward ourselves. And so when it comes to hard conversations, and I teach this, I have taught people how to have hard conversations for 25 years. And what is something that I think I'll probably be working on until the day I die? Holding on to stuff for far too long before I say something. Because here's what happens, whether or not it's at work with the people that you work with and or lead, or it's the people that you live with and love, like something happens. We let someone get away with something that's not okay with us, which is technically they're breaking one of our boundaries. The boundary has to be stated out loud though. If we expect them not to break it, stop expecting people to meet your expectations, especially the expectations that you have never stated out loud. So we let people get away with stuff that's not okay with us, except we don't say it. We don't say something. And then we just hold on to it and we ruminate about it and we let it fester. And then because it's festering and we're overthinking about it and maybe even rehearsing it and holding on to anger and resentment and judgment, it starts to erode at the trust between us. They can feel it. They don't necessarily know how to name it because they don't know what happened because we didn't say anything about it. And so then we finally get the courage up to say something about it 3 weeks later and we confront them about it. And they're like, 3 weeks? Do you know how much life has been lived in 3 weeks? Like, I don't even remember what you're talking about. I wish you would have said something in the moment so I could have made it right. Because I'm going to tell you, 80% of the time, stuff just comes out of our mouth in a way that we didn't intend it. Our intention is not always our impact. That's a whole other video, to be honest. But once I say something, how you receive it, it's actually really not on me. Like I can do everything in my power to make sure that I'm in my values, that I'm choosing courage skills, that I am using curious language, and it still passes through all of your filters. It still passes through like that childhood wound that you've never healed, or that old toxic boss that you've never done the healing work from, and you keep projecting that hurt onto other people. Or you're tired and hungry. It passes through these filters and like you receive it in a way that I didn't actually mean it. Sometimes though, it does fly out of my mouth in a way that I didn't intend. And I hope I'm with someone who will give me the benefit of the doubt to say, ugh, did you mean that like that? That did not sound kind or generous or full of grace or courage and love, which I know are your values. Is that how you meant that? Chances are it's not. And when you tell me in the moment, I have the opportunity to be able to say, ugh, I'm sorry. That's not how I meant it. Can I try that again? So that I make sure that I say something in the way that I intend it. I want to make sure that I said it the way I meant it. I put the onus on myself. I don't say something like, hey, will you tell me what you just heard me say? Because I want to make sure you heard me correctly. That's different. I want to make sure that I said it in the way that I meant it. What'd you just hear me say? So we have to say it in the moment. Now, of course, there's always nuance to this. Hardly anything is hard and fast, black and white, easy, hard. Like it's all just really nuanced. Two things, many things can be true all at the same time. And so like if someone does something that's not okay with you and you don't want to let them get away with it because you're tired of living with anger and resentment and judgment towards people. You're the one that has to sit with that. So you want to, you have to say something because also that's what's aligned with your values. I guarantee it. except something that they said or did, like, I mean, it cut. And your thinking brain is no longer firing. Like, you are all up in your feelings. Like, you can feel it in your body. Your head is racing, your heart is pounding or racing, your belly's turning, your hands are cold and sweaty all at the same time. Like, you are hooked by emotion, or maybe your thinking is like going back to that endless loop, those like those stories that our brain has worked deep grooves in to save us from vulnerability, except they're not true. And we keep just thinking about it. We name call, we always and never on people, things like that. Or maybe you can tell that you're hooked by emotion because of how you want to behave. You want to drink or eat or work, scroll, shop, busy, perfect, people please, whatever it might be. Pick your poison. These are all symptoms that your thinking rational brain is no longer firing, and like it's going to be really, really hard to choose courage. And so like I don't want you to have that hard conversation to be able to say something like, hey, like, that felt really unkind to me. Is that how you meant that? You are not going to be able to say that in a kind, curious way that's aligned with your values, and in a way that's going to be able to be received the way you mean it if you're all up in your feelings. So yes, if you're all up in your feelings and you need to get your stuff together, take a beat, take a minute, shake it off, take a few deep breaths. You have to still address it though in that moment. We're not taking a 3-week break to ruminate about it, to get our courage up to say something. I want you to take a minute, 5 minutes, maybe the afternoon, and then come back and say, hey, I really needed to say something in the moment, except like it really kind of like it caught me off guard, and I was like all up in my feelings, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to say it in a way that I meant it. When you said that thing earlier, that felt really not okay with me. What'd you mean by that? And chances are it's not how they meant it. It either came out of their mouth wrong or you received it wrong. Chances are. And I promise you, when you know that people are doing their best and they're actually not living maliciously, you will be free. You also hold on to your humanity. That's another teach. Stop avoiding the hard conversations. You want help? I'd love to help you through it. There's so many different ways that you can bring this work into your life to learn how to have these hard conversations in curiosity and in your values, so that you stop living in division and conflict and instead turn toward yourself so you can turn back toward one another, and we can walk one another through it in home. Whether or not it's my courage deck that you use every day in your journaling activities or your daily huddles, or you take my values workshop that's on my online platform, or you take the full online course and you get like a really big touch of what this curriculum is, or even better yet, you come to the September training, the 16th through the 18th, 3 days in person with me. You ask your boss if you can go to a training, and better yet, if you can use some of the professional development budget for it. You'd be surprised. I've had a lot of people ask for that, and their leaders say, of course we'll pay for that. Or, yeah, we'll pay for half of that. They might even send some teammates with you, and then you get a discount. Anyways, thanks for sticking around. I will see you next Tuesday.